spent 15, just pissed 50. Oh my God. Oh boo-hoo, the consequences of your actions embarrassed you? Oh no. My sister laughed at that and said it wasn't a bad idea. What? He cooked a tomato sauce in my seasoned cast iron skillet, and then
We will inspect your home.
Warning. Episodes may contain discussion of potentially triggering subjects. Please see the description for more information. Let's get in some holes. Oh, yes. Oh, the original. I'm so glad someone cross-posted this. I don't even think I should do a prediction for this. My 23 female boyfriend, 25 male, wants to go on annual gaycation where he becomes gay for a week. Is this normal? I checked it. I've seen this post before. We haven't covered it. Killer Rabbit is correct. This post is from 7 years ago. This post is older than the first gaycation post that we read. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for 1 year, but recently he suggested something that astonished and confused me. He wants to go on a 1 week gaycation with his best friend later this year. Oh, they fucking. And he wants to make it an annual thing. Wait. Oh, he wants to make it an annual thing. I'd never heard of this, but he tells me it is when straight guys go on a trip and become gay for the duration of that trip and are straight again when they come back. He says that during this trip, he and his friend would basically look for other guys to have sex with, but that it quote unquote wouldn't count because it would not be emotional, just physical, and that quote, what happens on gaycation doesn't count in the real world anyways. Naturally, I asked my boyfriend if he was gay or maybe a bisexual, but he acted offended when I said this and said it was just an annual 1 week, quote unquote, bit of fun, and that there was nothing gay about it, especially since it was only for 1 week a year. I don't know how to feel about this, and it's caused quite a bit of an argument with us. He insists it is normal, and a lot of straight guys do it. I mean, I know we kind of made fun of that sentiment when we first read our first gaycation post, where they were like, oh, but a lot of straight guys do it. We were like, no, they don't. What do you mean? But with the new information that we have, and how Grindr calls the RNC their Super Bowl, and how it crashes the app anytime there's a Republican National Convention, I think maybe actually they do. Maybe. This is my first serious boyfriend, and aside from this one new issue, everything has been great. Is it normal for straight guys to pretend to be gay for a week, and am I overreacting? Should I try to make a compromise? I'm very confused by this. If the entire playlist on my YouTube channel is anything to go off of, unfortunately, yeah, it's kind of normal, but you're not overreacting. Is it something that is way more prominent than I ever even considered remotely possible? Yes. Are you overreacting about this? No. Is it still cheating on you? Yes, absolutely. Unless you guys want to engage in some sort of ethical non-monogamy sort of thing in a like open-ish relationship where your boyfriend can go get plowed by how many ever dudes he wants for a week out of the year, whatever, it's still cheating. It's still infidelity. Period. End of story. Anyway, let's do a real hole now with a dickie and everything. Let's leave vacation to do some dickie. Is that cool? Am I the hole for keeping my reception venue when I couldn't get a refund? My fiance cheated on me, and I found out about 6 weeks ago. I called off our wedding. Sorry to be so matter of fact about it, but I'm still not okay. I managed to get partial refunds on almost everything. The photographer only kept $200 of our deposit. Our church doesn't charge members for using it for weddings, but they also did not allow alcohol in their reception hall, so we booked that separately. The venue had a strict policy of not giving back any money without 3 months' notice. Since I only gave a month and a half and had paid in full, I was getting nothing back. I was pissed. My brother actually came up with the plan. We held a party with a Mario Kart tournament. We had a huge screen and projector. I knew I had a bunch of friends with that night free, so we did that instead. 20 and 30-something idiots playing a children's game for bragging rights. We had a blast. I felt like I was in college again. I had sent my ex her part of every deposit, but obviously nothing for the venue. I have not heard from her, but the venue wanted me to release the date. I said I would if they gave me a refund. They refused, so I refused. Since we got catering separately, I didn't even need to tip the staff. Now I am hearing that I screwed over the venue and staff by taking up room that they could have rented to a different event. Then give the fucking refund, you fucking assholes! They didn't ruin shit. You wouldn't release it. Fuck you. Some people are saying I kept someone from having a beautiful wedding there. I don't care. I don't owe the venue an opportunity to be paid twice. They're trying to fucking double dip. That's exactly what's happening right here. I honestly would have accepted if they kept our 30% deposit, but they kept the whole thing. We didn't even leave a mess, so they probably saved on janitorial services. Was I the whole? No. Venue is mad that they couldn't double dip and get double paid for someone else to use the date also. I would do the same shit. I'd be like, okay, if you're not going to refund me my deposit, even though the event is called off, I'm going to honestly, I would show up with no one else, a case of beer and my phone. I'd sit in the whole fucking thing and be like, hey, check out this reel. Yeah, not the whole. Absolutely not the whole. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello? Hello what? M'excuse? Am I the whole for walking out on a family dinner because my sister and my husband implied they were sleeping together? My sister, 31 female, and my husband, 31 male, had a short relationship back when they were in high school. It wasn't anything major, but most of my family knew they were dating nonetheless. Fast forward to my husband going to a nearby state school and my sister leaving town for college. They broke up, but they still remained good friends. In the meantime, me and him got closer and we started dating. My sister was cool with it as they had left off on good terms and they didn't have any romantic feelings toward each other anymore. Oh. Fast forward to now, me, 28 female, and my husband have been married for 2 years and are expecting a baby girl in October. My family usually has a big dinner every 3 months to get in touch with the whole family. We were supposed to reveal our baby's gender at this specific dinner. I had it all planned, and my sister had ordered a big cake since she was the only one who knew the gender of the baby. The cake was brought out in the middle of our gathering. Once we cut it open, it was revealed that we would have a baby girl. I was thrilled, but my family and my husband were hoping for a boy. That's when my parents commented that we should try for a boy next time. It was a joke. We all laughed, but then my husband said, "Why wait that long?" and winked at my sister in front of my whole family. What? My sister laughed at that and said it wasn't a bad idea? What? I was confused as to what they were implying, so I questioned them about it, and my husband said, well, we could always spark up an old romance. They weren't joking. 100,000% they were no longer joking. They want to they want to go to Pound Town. I was so embarrassed and upset that I walked away from the table and stormed out of the house, got in my car and drove to my best friend's house. When I got there, I broke down crying. I couldn't understand why they would hint at something like that, especially when they know I've been cheated on before. When I explained the situation to my friend, she was also confused and comforted me. I slept over at her house and I'm still currently there, but I woke up to multiple missed calls and texts
from my family, mainly my sister and my husband. Everyone, including my mom and dad, think I'm overreacting, and it was just a lighthearted joke. No, the fuck it was not. No, the fuck it was not a lighthearted joke. They felt comfortable enough to joke about fucking in front of your entire family. Not just fucking, but impregnating your sister in front of your whole family, and then double down on it when questioned about it. That was not a joke. Your husband wants to fuck your sister, and your sister wants to get impregnated by your husband. Ain't no fucking joking about that. Right, maybe they're already fucking. My sister wants me to, quote, stop acting so childish and go back home to my husband. That sounds like someone who's guilty of fucking your husband. I was too angry to look at any of my husband's texts, so am I the hole for leaving and refusing to respond to my husband after he made a joke about cheating on me with my sister? Only comment from OP. A response to this. The fact that two of the most important people in your life would even hint at something so heinous is disgusting, especially considering you're pregnant and vulnerable already. Shitty people all around. Are your family usually this obtuse? I can't believe how they could think that you were overreacting. Is this normal behavior from your sister and husband? OP responds, my sister, no. She's not one to make these types of jokes. My husband has what you would call, quote unquote, dark humor, but it's the first time he's ever joked about something like this. They're already fucking, and you should maybe question this a little bit more, I would say. Yeah, not the whole. Not the whole even a little bit. That's when you say dark humor, do you mean actual dark humor, or do you mean racist? Or do you mean a piece of shit? Because most of the time you're just being a piece of shit. Okay, new Dickie going live, and then we'll start doing some keyword searchy giveaways. New Dickie, here we go. Am I the hole? Wife upset I cannot keep toddler from her. Some context here. Wife is a full-time student. I work full-time. We have an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old. Full-time student is more work than full-time work, I will say. Full-time student is more work than a traditional full-time job. My wife is upset with me as I cannot keep our toddler from her while she is studying upstairs in our room. I work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I pick up the children from daycare and school, and most nights handle all the routine, including bedtime, while my wife studies. The issue is that our 2-year-old will scream for mommy. She's creative enough to ask to use the potty upstairs or get a toy from her room. When she's upstairs, she screams and bangs on mom's door until I peel her away. We live in Canada, so taking them outside for hours as a distraction not currently a viable option. Why can you not go outside in Canada? Is it just because it's cold? Winter? Okay. Bears. Fuck! I forgot about my bad, Canadians. I forgot about the widespread Canadian bear problem. That's my bad. I forgot about the drop bears. Yeah. The contention comes from the fact my wife could study at her mom's 5 minutes down the road or remain on campus and study there, but she chooses to always study at home. Oh. Okay. I'm stressed with the fact that my toddler will constantly scream for my wife when she knows she's home, but when my wife isn't home, she understands that and is much less fussy. Am I the hole for telling my wife she needs to study away from the house when she's inaccessible? Hey babe, can you just fucking leave because I can't control our children? But I kind of understand both sides here. Like, on the one hand, it shouldn't be that hard to keep a 2-year-old away from the upstairs baby gates, whatever, you know what I mean? But also, if this is a continued problem of your 2-year-old banging on your door while you're trying to study, maybe go 5 minutes away to go study at your mom's, you know? Go to a fucking coffee shop. I don't know. There is a big edit here. Let's see. I do have baby gates installed in all of the junctions of the house. The only toilet in our house is upstairs beside the bedroom, and the 2-year-old is in the process of potty training. Our house also has paper-thin walls to the point you could hear a mouse fart upstairs if you're downstairs. The sound of an office chair on the floor while my wife shifts her position can alert the 2-year-old to her presence. My wife does the morning routine with the children, feeds them, does the older child's lunch, gets them dropped off at school and daycare. I'm on pickup evening and night routine. We split nighttime wake up, so that's all fair and dandy. My wife also spends the time she can with them, but her program requires extensive study. What I'm trying to convey is that the demeanor of our 2-year-old is miserable when she knows mom is home and can't access her. For the most part, I do successfully keep her away from mom, but I also need to be able to access my upstairs, as does my 8-year-old. The times my 2-year-old gets through and bangs on the door, says screams at my wife, gets very upset and comments it's a parenting skill issue. I would love to be able to take the kids out for the entire evening, but I am doing the cooking, the cleaning, and other associated house tasks for the most part, as my partner's program is extremely demanding. This isn't a complaint about the division of labor. She needs the time to study. However, I cannot be out and about for the entire evening as the household needs maintenance. That's fair. Okay, hang on. Top comment says, yes, the asshole. And then quotes, the issue is that our 2-year-old will scream for mommy. She's creative enough to ask to use the potty upstairs or get a toy from her room. Once she's upstairs, she screams and bangs on mom's door until I peel her away. And then they say, this makes it sound like you're being manipulated and outsmarted by a toddler. You are the adult and the parent in the situation. Start acting like it. Honestly, I kind of think this is an everyone sucks here situation. Instead of mutually problem solving this, they're yelling at each other and not attempting to solve the situation, you know? This is all fine and part of the negotiations of a parent with a young child. If the child was much older, then no, terrible twos is a rough time. Yeah. The mom could relocate, go to the library, go to her parents' house, go to a coffee shop, whatever, if this continues to be a problem. The dad could most likely put his foot down and do a little bit more to prevent the toddler from banging on mom's door while mom is studying, you know? Is this an everyone sucks here or no assholes? I kind of feel they're at like a growing period, a time of growth and learning and acceptance, and they're just having a hard time of it. They need to come together, they need to communicate, they need to mutually problem solve and teach their child. I'm going everyone sucks here. I think they got bigger issues going on and need to communicate. Right. This one's a very weird position of both simultaneously no one's an asshole and everyone sucks here. Right. They're just pointing the finger at each other rather than communicating. I say everyone sucks here. Okay, fair. Fair. I don't think either of them are the asshole, but they both suck for not communicating. So I'm gonna say not the asshole and everyone sucks here. Ow. Crying baby. You can just open the door, silly goose. But look at her. No discussion, only truck. I'm gonna try to set my mic profile to room noise instead of natural. What a very, very nice moment we were able to have. That was so cute. Ugh. All right, let's look at the top posts of this week from on the Am I the Asshole Reddit, the actual Reddit. Oh, this could be juicy. New Dickie going live. Am I the hole for skipping my own surprise birthday party once I found out it wasn't really for me? I've never been big on birthdays. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate them. I just prefer something low-key. Dinner with my closest friends, maybe watch a film, something small, basically. Everyone close to me knows this, especially my sister, let's call her Maya, who loves big gestures and believes every birthday or achievement needs balloons and a theme and much, much more. 2 weeks before my birthday, Maya started acting strange. She kept asking me if I'd be, quote, free that Saturday, end quote, and acted weirdly when I asked why. I suspected that she was up to something, so I told her again that I didn't want to party. She just laughed and said that, as per usual, I was being no fun. A couple nights ago, the night before my birthday, one of our mutual friends let it slip about it being a party. She mentioned what she was wearing. Anyway, turns out the whole family was invited, and it was at our parents' house. Some co-workers were also invited, but here's the kicker. My fucking ex? You invited the birthday person's ex to their surprise party? That's fucking evil. Like, I guess there's a world in which they ended on good terms and they're still friends, but no one posting on Am I the Asshole that says my fucking ex is on good terms with their ex and wants their ex at their surprise party, you know? Yeah, not only the ex, but surprise ex, which makes me think this is not about throwing a surprise party for your birthday. It's about trying to get you back together, and that sucks. For a little context, me and my ex broke up about 2 months ago. It ended pretty badly, no abuse or cheating, but it wasn't a pleasant ending. I've made it pretty clear to everyone in my life that I want no contact. Maya knows this. However, she's told me multiple times that I should just get over the whole situation because he's a nice guy and that he's been a part of all of our lives for years. Weird. The first thing that I did was call Maya, demanding answers, and she didn't deny it. She just said we could finally talk it all out. She admitted that she hadn't just thrown this party for my birthday, but also so everyone could see my ex again and we could fix things between us. Wow. She literally said to me that I'd thank her later. I went mad. I said to her she had no right, that I would have been ambushed into the situation on my birthday. And this was all after I had specifically said that I didn't want a party. She just said that I was dramatic and bloody ungrateful, that she had this whole thing planned because I wouldn't find better, and it was a good gift. Then you date him. What the fuck? What do you mean? Why is this so important to you? This is so fucking weird. She said everyone had gifts and traveled, that everyone was excited. So yesterday, my birthday, I completely powered off my phone and didn't let anyone know other than my best friend. So we went out for lunch and went on a walk together. Ended up having a great day. When I finally got home and turned my phone on, it was mental. Maya was fuming. People were disappointed. People even said I embarrassed Maya. Oh, boo-hoo. The consequences of your actions embarrassed you? Oh, no. I bet you're so disappointed and embarrassed right now. If only someone had told you not to do this literally every step of the fucking way. Maya. Maya is now basically saying that I ruined the whole party and made it all about me. You mean on their birthday? For the birthday party that you planned for their birthday, on their birthday party with the birthday? She says that she did it out of a good place in her heart and that I should at least apologize for not showing up and letting people know. Am I the whole? No. Next question. Thank you so much. Top comment, not the whole. Don't be surprised when Maya and your ex end up dating. There it is. Stop making your birthday all about you. Anyway, let's do at least one keyword search. Giveaway, reset. If you'd like to choose the next keyword or phrase, or if you have a specific post in mind that you would like to send to me, type the word whole into chat. All right, choosing a new winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voracious Violet. What is our next keyword or phrase? Bumper. Okay, bumper. Am I the whole for not sharing ownership of my dream car with my boyfriend? I entered my current relationship with a car I purchased while I was in college, before the relationship, that OP owns in full. At the time, my boyfriend did not have a driver's license or a vehicle of his own. For a year, I pushed him to get his license, offered to teach him in the little banger I had, even drove him to the DMV and bought the book for his G&M license. He neglected to even open them. After getting tired of paying for repairs on this car, a 2008 Yaris, I decided to go to a dealer and trade it in for a newer car, a 2016 Juke. Again, I offered to teach him to drive and pushed him to take his test for his G1. After almost a year of owning the new car, he finally went and got the G1 and I started giving him driving lessons. But after a year, I got a job making far more money than I had been, and I had also saved multiple years worth of tax returns to be able to put it on down payment on the car of my dreams. A 2-door Wrangler for off-roading. My BF is atrocious with money, has been bankrupt in the past, overspent on money to the point of me needing to cover 100% of his bills, often leaving me to make the choice between making a car payment or pay for groceries. We had a plan to purchase him a car with a loan he was approved for, but in his time off, spent all $15,000 of it. I would not willingly enter a relationship with the intent to tie our lives together with someone who was that bad at decision making. Spent 15, just pissed 50. Oh my God. Frustrated, I drove to a Jeep dealer and traded the Juke for a Wrangler, making myself the sole owner of the vehicle, not wanting to have his irresponsibility affect my credit any longer. He blew up, saying that the Juke was his and it was the car he was supposed to learn to drive in. And I was supposed to keep it and keep making payments on it so he could have a car too. Angry, I told him he wasn't allowed to drive the Wrangler, mostly because he is very neglectful on the road, and I had upgraded to steel front and rear bumpers and didn't want him to kill someone. I made him borrow a friend's accent to learn and get his G2. I feel like the a-hole for not including him on the purchase or allowing him to use it when we are in a relationship, but felt my financial responsibility deserved to be rewarded and protected. Yeah, you're dating a man-child. Yeah, I'd say it's not worth keeping around the relationship if this is how it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, you have been carrying this worthless man for how long? And like, I understand being down and out temporarily. It's happened to me. It's happened to my spouse. Shit happens, right? But this person has been negligent and irresponsible, unreliable. It sounds like your entire relationship. So like, honestly, you're the asshole for keeping him around. One more hole. If you'd like to choose the keyword or phrase for our last post, type the word hole into chat. Choosing a winner in 5, 4, 3, 2, schwaum. Biniga baby. Biniga baby. Granite. Granite. What? Am I the hole for banning my husband from the kitchen until he learns to respect my equipment? I love to cook. I've been cooking since I was a little kid. I have some good cooking equipment that reflects that fact. My husband decided that he was going to start cooking as well, which I was all for, but he started cooking in the kitchen and damaging my equipment. A non-comprehensive list. He cooks with my all-clad skillets with the heat up high for 15 minutes and then washes them by bringing them over to the sink and dousing them with cold water. He says he, quote, likes the sizzle. At least one of the skillets is warping a bit and it won't sit straight on the stove anymore and doesn't cook evenly. He uses my chef's knife to scrape crud off the counter. That hurt my stomach. My tummy did a little flipperoonie with that. I told him to use my razor blade scraper to do it, you know, the tool that's actually designed for that. He said, well, that would be overkill. Motherfucker, this ain't your stuff. I have a small toaster oven that acts as a mini oven. I absolutely love. He butters toast before putting it in the oven. The fat drips onto the element. He did this so much that I've already had to have the element replaced once. He continues to do it and says, we can just replace it again. I would be throwing hands in Minecraft if someone did this and then just so flippantly dismissed my concerns about damaging my fucking equipment. He cooked a tomato sauce in my seasoned... He cooked a tomato sauce in my seasoned cast iron skillet and then ran it through the dishwasher. The dishwasher? Listen, a little bit of soap and water on a cast iron isn't gonna kill it. It's totally fine. You can re-season it afterwards. The fucking dishwasher. Last bullet point on the non-comprehensive list. He leaves lemon juice, tomato, vinegar spills all over the granite countertops. When I tell him to clean up immediately, he laughs and says, "It's granite. It's indestructible." You're just gonna leave it out like that? That, like, what? This all annoyed me so much, I'm annoyed just typing it. Finally, I told him that unless he starts actually respecting my equipment, I'm going to put it all under lock and key. He said, "What, you're banishing me from the kitchen? From my own house?" I said, "Yes, you're ruining all of my things." He implied that it all belonged to him since he quote unquote bought it, but I am fully aware I had all this stuff and bought all of this stuff before we got married. Yeah, it ain't about the yogurt. He is disrespecting you. He is ignoring you and your wishes and your boundaries. Am I the whole? All I want is for him to respect my things. He knows that I hate when he does this stuff, but he shouts and yells and calls me overcritical every time I try to explain it to him. That's it. That's the part. There's no saving this. He just wants to control you. He is using these things that he knows that you love and intentional. This is intentional. This is fucking intentional. Throw this man in the fucking garbage. Get out of this relationship. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect your time. He doesn't respect your things. Fuck this guy. Top comment, not the whole. Pretty sure putting a cast iron skillet through the dishwasher is grounds for divorce. It is. More seriously, yelling at you for trying to get him to act like an adult and stop destroying your things is unacceptable. Penis explode this man. I eat the decadent inside bread like an upstanding citizen, and I'm gonna eat the butt like the absolute depraved individual that I am. You're afraid. You're afraid of what you might experience by eating the butt. Society says that you should only have the perfectly cut middle section, but I say eat the butt like you fucking stole it. You know? Yeah, we're talking about bread. Yeah.